Friendships between teenagers can be complicated, full of emotions, misunderstandings, and impulsive decisions. But sometimes, one argument can turn into something no one could have ever imagined. In this story, two girls who once called each other friends found themselves standing on opposite sides of a tragic night that would change both their lives and their families forever. This is the heartbreaking case of Bryanna Barozzini and Halia Culbertson, a story that began as a teenage dispute and ended in an irreversible tragedy in the small town of Westerville, Ohio. To understand what really happened on that March night in 2023, we have to go back to when Bryanna Barozzini and Halia Culbertson were just ordinary teenagers trying to figure out life. Bryanna, 18 years old, was a student at Columbus State University. She was known for her quiet, artistic personality and had no criminal record. She lived with her family in Westerville, a calm suburban community outside of Columbus. Friends described her as polite, focused, and responsible. Halia, on the other hand, was 17, energetic, social, and outspoken. She attended high school nearby and was known for her strong personality. While she could be fiery at times, she had a loyal circle of friends who adored her confidence. The two girls crossed paths in school circles and, for a while, got along well. Some people say they were close friends. Others say they simply shared mutual friends and drifted in and out of each other's lives. No one knows exactly when things started to fall apart, but something had changed. Their friendship soured, and beneath the surface, resentment grew. It was Sunday, March 26, 2023, when everything came crashing down. That night, around 11:40 p.m, Bryanna walked into a convenience store in her hometown, just a quick stop before heading home. She had no idea that Halia was already inside. The store's security cameras captured what would later become key evidence. The two girls spotted each other, and the atmosphere changed instantly. According to witnesses, a verbal confrontation began almost immediately. What started as tense words quickly escalated into shouting.
Hey, get off my sister, bro! Get off my sister! Hey, if you touch my sister, girl, I'm gonna have to put my phone down, bro. Halia, crunch her to get it over with, bro! Crunch her to get it over.
The cashier, alarmed by the intensity, stepped in to separate them. Halia was visibly agitated, pacing, shouting, throwing gestures, while Bryanna tried to de-escalate. The store clerk eventually escorted Halia outside, hoping to calm things down. But the conflict didn't end there. Halia didn't leave. She waited outside. Minutes later, Bryanna exited the store with a male friend. That's when Halia approached again, more aggressive this time. According to a witness statement and video evidence later shown in court, Halia pushed Bryanna, shouting at her, while Bryanna repeatedly backed away, saying she didn't want to fight. But in the chaos of that moment, something irreversible happened. In the scuffle, Bryanna pulled out a knife she was carrying. Whether out of fear or panic, she swung once, a single strike to Halia's chest. At first, Halia didn't realize she had been stabbed. She kept shouting, stepping back, until she looked down and saw blood soaking her shirt. Witnesses remember the horror. Someone screamed for help. Bryanna froze, and by the time police arrived, she was gone. The Columbus Police Department received a call at 11:48 p.m. reporting a stabbing outside the convenience store. Officers arrived within minutes to find 17-year-old Halia Culbertson lying on the ground, bleeding heavily from a wound in her chest.
So you said they got in a fight. Go ahead. They got into a fight, and as Halia walked to the front door of the Jeep, I saw she had a gash on her. She got in the car, and she goes, "I'm getting nauseous." I hopped out the car. I called 911 because I didn't see the fight. I was sitting in the Jeep looking away because I can't be part of that family.
So you didn't see the actual fight?
No, but I know who Bree Barozzini is. I know her mother, and I know her address.
Okay. All right.
I didn't see her get stabbed at all.
Okay.
It just looked like they were throwing punches.
Okay. Do you know either of them?
I know her, that was it.
Who?
Halia, the one that got stabbed, that was it.
You know her, but you don't know...
I barely... I know... I worked with Dalen for a little bit, and I was hanging out with him tonight.
I need I need you. Where did it happen at?
Yeah, let's here, take that.
It was right here in the front.
Like in the front of the smoke shop?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Alright. I need tape.
He's got the whole thing on video.
On video?
Whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's
Yeah, it was,
fantastic.
I mean, it's crystal clear HD video. There were two girls standing right here fighting. They were just mouthing.
Where at? Does it show? Just I want to make sure I get the whole scene.
Wherever there's blood is right where it happened.
Okay.
Because she started sparking. It had to have been.
Oh, it was all the way up here by this. That's where she was laying. It was all the way up here. There's a vape pen. Hey, take it out a lot wider, guys.
Hold on.
Right here. Right here.
Right here.
Yep. This is it. So we need to go. I would go all the way back to that one.
Yeah, because they kind of started over here. They were kind of mouthing.
Okay.
It was random as she came in while we came in. Like, it was random as
In the smoke shop.
Yeah, in the smoke shop right there.
Okay.
It just
And
happened to come in, and they started going at it in the store. And Bree called Halia a cokehead.
Okay.
Halia's a sober, like she's a recovering addict. So she took that into great offense. You know, I don't know if you've met any recovering addicts, but like me personally, I'm one.
Who was an addict? I'm sorry.
Halia was an
okay.
addict. So, and she called Halia out on being
A cokehead.
Yeah, so like Halia got mad and Halia was waiting outside and they were supposed to just fight. It was supposed to just be a fight. Like I was there. I was supposed to be like in between it. I didn't even see a knife get pulled.
Okay.
Like, I'm not sure if it was a knife or if she had a ring on her finger and just got her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because the knife got pulled out and it was on the ground and I saw it.
What kind of knife was it?
It looked like a switchblade, like a butterfly knife type of knife. But I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
Like, if I'm going to be honest with you. But she didn't have time to pull it out because Halia, like, I'm not going to lie, that's my little sister, but she smacked the out of her first. Like, you can see it on the video.
Right.
Halia smacked her. All you saw from that was hands on hands. There was no, like, digging into pockets and pulling out and going, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, there was none of that, because if I would have seen that, I would have already been in there and y'all would have been called sooner. We didn't know she was bleeding out till she got it back. She crunched Bree in the face. Bree was on the ground and she walked away. Halia walked away, got in the Jeep, ready to drive.
Right.
And she was sitting there, and Kenzie comes over to me and goes, she's spitting blood out of her chest. And I come over and I just see, like, right in this area on the right or left side of her chest, shooting blood. My first reaction is take my shirt off, put it on top, put pressure on it.
Okay.
I've had my brothers die in my arms because they got shot, and I didn't put pressure on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't put pressure fast enough. So, like,
that's rough. That's rough, brother. That's rough.
Man, just please save my sister.
Emergency responders rushed her to Riverside Methodist Hospital. Despite the medical team's efforts, Halia was pronounced dead at 12:24 a.m. Her cause of death was confirmed as a single stab wound to the chest. Just like that, within minutes, a teenage argument had turned into a homicide investigation. Police traced Bryanna Barozzini to her home later that night. When confronted, she didn't run or resist. She admitted she had been in the fight and acknowledged that she had a knife.
Do you have anything sharp on you? Anything I need to know about?
Just my views in the pocket.
Just what?
My views in the pocket.
I'm gonna need to hold your view. Okay. And I just said when you get this back, you'll have this back too. Okay. All right. Come on this way. Open there for me.
Radio to car 60.
50.
I'm going to need you to start to 231 Pen Oak Court.
According to police reports, Bryanna was cooperative but in shock, repeating that she didn't mean to kill her. She was arrested and charged with murder. Her bail was set at $750,000 with strict conditions: no weapons and no contact with the victim's family.
So, just kind of, I guess, start from just where you were at earlier tonight, who you were with, kind of what you were doing, sort of stuff.
Okay, well, me and my friend left my house, I would say around like 8:45, and we were hanging out all night. And
He come pick you up?
And we went to the carryout at the square.
So they were 161?
To get drinks and stuff.
Why did you guys choose that one? That's not real close to Westerville.
We always go there. That's just the spot we've gone for years. And we walk in, and I'm grabbing my drinks and stuff, and I hear two girls' voices, the ones that don't like me. And I ignore it. I'm on the phone with my brother. I have my brother on the phone and beside me. We grab our drinks and walk up to check out, and they see me, and they just start running their mouth. Them.
Who were the girls?
It was Halia Culbertson, and I don't know who the dude was.
Okay.
But he was definitely the loudest. But they just kept instigating, trying to get me to fight them, and I was like, you're not worth it. You're not worth it, I'm done, I'm not doing it. And even the guy working had told them to get out. And then they said they were gonna wait for me outside.
What does this all stem from? Like, what's the animosity?
Halia used to be a really good friend of mine. And then I found out a lot that she's just a really bad person. So I stopped being friends with her, and my friend stopped talking to her. And then after that, she pretty much just went crazy, like saying she was gonna kill us and slash his tires and do all these things, and like she does to most people. There's a few people out there that she's done that to.
Slash your tires and that?
I don't know specifically if she has actually slashed someone's tires, but she threatens a lot of people to kill them. And so, the guy working at the smoke shop, we were checking out, he checked us out, and then he was like, wait, I'm gonna make sure they leave. So he walks out, and it looks like he's just standing there. So I think he told them to leave, and then when we walk out, they were by a Jeep. I think it was a silver Jeep. And they're screaming at me, and then the dude tells Halia to run up on me, and she's walking up, and I keep telling her, I'm not fighting you, back up. I said, you're not worth it. I keep telling her to back up, and I get my knife out in my hand, and I'm holding it. I said, back up, and she attacks me. She first slapped me. She was pushing me. Well, before that, Yad was trying to push her away from me, but the other guy was yelling at him not to touch her, or else he was going to do something to him. And I just kept backing up, and then she just attacked me, and I don't know what exactly happened, but I went like this, and then she dragged me by my hair on the ground, and there was just blood in my eyes. I couldn't see anything, but I don't think I hit her or anything, because I was on the ground getting blood out of my eyes. I had no idea what was going on. I was just in shock at that point.
The case immediately caught local and national attention. How could two teenage girls, former friends, end up in such a tragic situation? During the first hearing, held on March 28, 2024, prosecutors presented surveillance footage from the convenience store and a cell phone video recorded by one of Halia's friends. The cell phone video was haunting. It showed the heated argument between the two girls just before the stabbing. In the video, Halia can be heard yelling and even slapping Bryanna. A male voice in the background, likely one of the bystanders, can be heard saying, "Hey, get off my sister, bro. If you touch my sister again, I'm going to put my phone down." The crowd egged them on. Someone even shouted, "Crunch her, Halia! Get it over with!" Moments later, As Halia pulled back from the altercation, she looked down, and that's when she realized she had been stabbed. The argument continued for a few seconds, with confusion and panic all around, until Halia's shirt began turning red with blood. That video became a cornerstone of the case. The question before the court was this premeditated murder or self-defense? Bryanna's attorney argued that the situation spiraled out of control. They claimed that Bryanna acted in fear for her life, pointing to her repeated attempts to back away during the altercation. The defense emphasized that she had no criminal background, no history of violence, and cooperated with police from the beginning. However, prosecutors painted a different picture. They revealed text messages Bryanna had sent a week before the incident, where she allegedly said she would cut Halia if she came near her again. Those messages shifted the tone of the case. They suggested intent, even if made in anger. The defense tried to exclude the texts, arguing they were out-of-context teenage threats, not serious intentions. But the damage was done. Initially, Bryanna was charged with first-degree murder, a charge that carried the possibility of life in prison. But after months of legal negotiation and a detailed review of evidence, including the videos and witness statements, the prosecution agreed to reduce the charge to manslaughter as part of a plea deal. In June 2024, Bryanna Barozzini stood before the Franklin County Court to hear her sentence. She pled guilty to manslaughter, avoiding a murder conviction. The judge sentenced her to 3 years in prison, a remarkably light sentence compared to the potential life term she once faced. The courtroom that day was filled with emotion. Halia's family sat in tears as the judge allowed them to speak for over an hour before announcing the sentence. Halia's mother, devastated, told the court, "My daughter was only 17. She had her whole life ahead of her. Bryanna didn't just take her life. She took our future with her." The family believed the crime was intentional, premeditated, and that the plea deal was far too lenient. Bryanna's family, on the other hand, was equally broken. They described her as a gentle, quiet girl who made a terrible, irreversible mistake. Before being taken away, Bryanna addressed the court. "I know I can't undo what I did. I will live with that guilt for the rest of my life. I never wanted her to die. I was scared."
I never once thought I would be here today with these charges. I also have never been one to start a fight. I'm always a person to back away from confrontation. Not a day goes by that this incident hasn't been on my mind. I understand and feel for the victim's family, as I know the harm I have caused them is indescribable. I also feel for my own family, as the situation has caused them a lot of pain. I can understand and appreciate the harm that I have caused now. I will be living with this guilt the rest of my life. I took a life, and I understand the victim's family will suffer for the rest of their lives, as will my family for what I've put them through. I pray and will continue to pray for all parties involved.
She was then escorted to begin her sentence at an Ohio women's correctional facility. If she maintains good behavior, she could be eligible for early release before completing the full term. Today, Bryanna Barozzini remains incarcerated in Ohio. Halia Culbertson's family continues to mourn their daughter, and the community still struggles to understand how something so senseless could happen between two young women who once called each other friends. The case sparked conversations across Ohio about teen violence, conflict resolution, and how social media and peer pressure can escalate fights into irreversible tragedies. Even now, the security footage and cell phone video serve as chilling reminders of how quickly a single moment can destroy multiple lives. At the heart of this tragedy are two families, both shattered, both grieving in their own way. One lost a daughter forever. The other lost one to the justice system, and to guilt she'll carry for life. This case isn't about villains and heroes. It's about emotion, impulse, and the thin line between fear and aggression. If one person had stepped in sooner, if someone had convinced them to walk away, perhaps none of this would have happened. This was the story of Bryanna Barozzini and Halia Culbertson. A tragedy born from anger, fear, and one irreversible decision. A reminder that sometimes a single moment of rage can cost a lifetime of regret. If this story mattered to you, please consider subscribing. We're very close to reaching 500 subscribers, and your support helps me continue sharing these important stories. And remember, walking away from a fight doesn't make you weak. It might just save a life, maybe even your own. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this story brought up anything for you, there are resources linked below. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.